Setting up remote computing allows you to work from anywhere and allows you to access the files and the folders that you need most on any convenient device. For example, what you're really going for is to be able to function as if you're in the office or use the same experience in the office from any computer or device or tablet that you choose to connect to. In order to enable the remote sessions, the first thing that you're going to need is to install and make sure that you have a host somewhere. That could be a private or a public or a hybrid cloud service. And once that's loaded, you will need to share the applications out, which is what you see here. You can add different applications and share those applications. But assuming that you have that, in order to really enable remote sessions, you need to choose a port that's a common port that's open from most of the ISPs or the connection areas or the hotspots that you would normally connect from. If you're choosing to access your stuff remotely, you'll want to choose a port that is usually open in the general populace. And in this instance, we use port 5955 just to illustrate a dedicated port that we have opened through our firewall for the sole purpose of having certain encrypted traffic go to our host. So in order to enable this remote computer, you need to have the ability to connect to that host. Therefore, it should be some sort of a static connection, also called a static IP. You can get that from any ISP offering services to any business, small business, and even some homes, which gives you a static address like a mail address that when on the internet you can type in a number and it always goes to that number with a certain port, and it can transport your session encrypted to your dedicated host, shared out to multiple people. Then you see your remote apps, your remote shared files. You can print. You can also interact with folks in your organization online, use QuickBooks, etc. So this is the segment on enabling remote computing. So once again, as a review, the most important thing you have is a static IP, the ability to route to your host computer. Number two, that there is a port specified to encrypt your traffic and go through the firewall to that specific host machine. The third thing with a remote workstation is to have the connection software or the application loaded on from the App Store loaded on your iOS devices to be able to connect and transport your information back and forth securely. So that's how you enable a remote computer. There's a lot to it certainly, and recommend you continue to look through our website, virtualworkstation.org, download a trial or an ebook, and certainly watch the other videos.